Welcome back to Clean with Kate. It's early in the morning, it's about 4:45. I'm up early as usual, but I'm feeling a little overwhelmed this morning. I didn't finish my evening routine last night, and so the house is looking really messy. I've just made myself a cup of coffee, and I'm just going to start with 5 minutes of just tidying up, doing the things that I didn't do last night so that I feel more on top of things. So I'm just going to set my timer. And I'm just going to pick up and put away. So these water bottles have been drying overnight on the Arga. So I'm going to start by putting those away because they always make the house look messy when they're on here. Just make sure they're dry. I just couldn't get, I've been awake for about an hour. I couldn't get back to sleep. So in the end, I just decided to get up. And I just wish I'd got up at 4 o'clock. I am dressed to lace up shoes. I haven't done my morning routine yet because my husband's still in bed. I'm just going to put a few things away so I feel just more on top of things. Hopefully I'll wake up soon. And there's so much. This watering can needs to go back where it belongs. So I've got some dishes to wash up. I've collected them up from around the house. Oh, I've got another thing to put away actually before I start washing up. I've got this vase to push away in my vase cupboard. Pop it in here, if I can fit it in here. There's so many vases in here. Oh my goodness, will it fit? Yes, it will. I'm never short of a vase. Right. Yesterday, because we're in zone 1 this week, I started pulling out. I went into one of my cupboards in my entrance hall, where I keep shoes and boots. I started getting my sort of autumn boots out because the weather's definitely changed in the last week in the UK. Oh, let me just adjust the camera so you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to start by washing up the dishes that I've collected. I'll try not to drop my camera in the sink. It could be a challenge this morning. I've noticed yesterday a lot of my taps are quite stained, quite tea stained. I probably need to bleach them. In fact, that one's pretty bad. I think I've put too much in the sink as well. Anyway, I was telling you, I started yesterday in zone 1, just pulling out the shoes in my shoe cupboard. As part of the zone 1, I thought I can change the shoes around. My husband's been sort of nagging me a little bit about how many shoes I have and how many shoes I have in the shoe storage area because he can't actually get his shoes in there. Ooh, my husband changed the washer on this tap last week, but ever since it's been so noisy. Listen, every time I rinse, it's just really annoying me. I might have to go over to a cold rinse. I don't know why it's making that noise. If you know, please let me know. He says it will sort itself out. I'm going to go over to a cold rinse. But it hasn't yet, and it's quite annoying. He changed the washer on another tap as well at the same time in the downstairs bathroom. And now that one, I can barely turn it on. But you know what? He said they were both dripping, so he said they needed a new washer. And he has stopped the drip. And actually, I think they were both the hot water taps that were dripping. So it was costing us money, losing the hot water. So I'm glad he's able to do things like that. But I'm not. I don't know how to change a washer in a tap. Right, so let's just get these dishes washed and put away. I think I might dry them up as well. It just makes when there's lots of dishes piled up, it just makes the house look so messy. I am seriously thinking about getting a dishwasher in here. Oops, there's another dish thing. But I don't know, it would be much easier, I think, at night just to load up the dishwasher. And then I have to come down and unload the dishwasher. So it would still create another job. Oh, that's my 1 minute warning. So this is my first lot of 5 minutes. I just set it for 5 minutes just to get myself going, really. Because I am half asleep. I thought I'll just do 5 minutes and see how I feel. 15 minutes just seemed too much. Anyway, the reason the house has got so messy is when I started to pull out the shoes in the entrance hall, in the cottage entrance hall, I found that I did have a lot of summer shoes to put away. So then I went through to start to put them away. And then I discovered the area where I normally store out of season shoes was really needed a good clean. So I started to clean it. Then, whoops, nearly dropped the phone in the, golly, that was a very close one. Nearly dropped the phone in the sink. So I started to clean the area and then discovered that there was quite a bit of damp in that room. It's in an old part of the house, and we did have a very, whoops, there's the time again. We did have a very damp winter, autumn and early summer. It just rained and rained and rained. And what's happened is we've got really bad damp in that room. Let me just reset. I reckon I can do another 5 minutes. I need to do another 5 minutes, so resetting it. But look, I've washed all these dishes and I've put some things away. So it's starting to look less overwhelming. And wait till I take you in the hall, mate. Oh my goodness. That was a mistake. But I probably can't do that till later on. Because without disturbing my husband. I'll see how I go. But anyway, so I ended up hauling everything out, which is now all in the hallway, waiting for me to deal with it today. And I know if you follow the Fly Lady system, she says do not haul everything out. But I did. But now I have to deal with it. But you know what? It did actually need doing because the room is really damp. So I need to haul everything out, clean the walls, clean the floor. It all needs a really good wash. And actually, I may need to get my husband to repair the plaster in there. Which I think was maybe rising damp in there. I don't know I haven't decided yet if it's condensation or rising damp. Right, I'm just going to give this one a really good wash out. I might have to get my bottle brush in it. It did only have water in it, and it did only have it in it yesterday. So I'll just get my bottle brush. Let's keep my brushes in. Oh, can I find my bottle brush? I think I need to have a sort out in this cupboard as well. Because this container, which I keep my bottles and my bottle brushes in, is so full. I should have got my bottle brush out before I started. Okay. Give it a good rinse out. Okay, that can go on the Arga to dry. I need to wipe down the Arga. That's usually one of my evening routine jobs, but I didn't do it last night. So I think I might have washed all the dishes now. So I'm just going to wash down the Arga. I'll give the bottle brush a rinse. The water is quite soapy. There's a couple more things that need washing. Just teaspoons. I hope we're getting for some better weather today. We've had some quite wet weather this week. I'm really hoping we might get some sunshine today. It wasn't bad yesterday afternoon. I managed to do some laundry yesterday. Try and do my laundry when it's sun shining, just because we're on solar power. So, and I wanted to use the tumble dryer, so I did manage to tumble my towels while the sun was shining on solar. So. Always makes my husband happy. He doesn't like it when I tumble things and there's no sun. Right. Just going to have a quick clean around here. It's really messy and dusty. I might give this a clean actually while I'm at it. Got a nice sink full of soapy water. Give the Arga thing a clean. Because it gets very dusty in here. I don't know why, but this room is so dusty. Oh no, that tap is a complete pain, and I'm getting water all over my camera. Let's pop that in there to dry. I'm moving very slowly this morning, much slower than I do usually. Oh yeah, I can't get over how mucky this Arga top is. We did do a lot of cooking yesterday, so... Oh, well, that's the royal way. He did a lot of cooking. He cooked lunch and dinner. We had the most incredible dinner yesterday, actually. I get a menu box delivery. In fact, I must do some menu planning today. I think I want to just check what I'm getting next week. And on the menu box this week, there was a chowder. I think it was really, really good. I've not picked that before. I don't know if it's a new recipe, but it was really good. So we've got that for lunch today because we order a double quantity. So we always have leftovers for the next day, which is really nice. Right, let's put the Arga back together. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. Let's pop it on there. So I've had this set of times back to go again. My God, the second lot of 5 minutes wasn't as long as the first lot of 5 minutes. That's just weird. And the top of this dresser really needs a good clean. And we will be in zone 1 next week, which is when I normally pull it all out. But I think I'm just going to have to do a little bit today. I just feel like this is just going to attract mice. And this is the time of year usually, I think, that they come into the house. They come in for winter. Haven't seen any sign of any yet, but I do know I've got some. I've seen some mouse droppings in a drawer, which is really worrying. I'm just hoping that they're old from when I did have a mouse infestation earlier in the year when we had a hole in the side of the house and the mice came in. Oh, this floor could do with a bit of love as well. I've managed to spill so much water on it. Look at it, it's absolutely soaked. It's a good reason for having your lace-up shoes on it. I think I'm going to get a bit of kitchen roll on that. Or maybe I'll get the mop on it. It's really bad. Do you know what? I think I might... What should I do with that? I think I might use some of the squirty... I need to deal with these hot spots in here. Oh my goodness, I've been adding to them. I'm going to deal with it. I just harvested yesterday. Right, with the squirty stuff. I like the squirty stuff. And a cloth, I think. I could find an old cleaning cloth. What have I got in my baskets? I'm just trying to find a nice old cloth to clean the floor with. Oh my goodness, there's so many in here. Why don't I just use the mop? I can't. Right, I think I'll give this sink a bit of a clean out while I'm in here. But when I was cleaning in my shoe cupboard yesterday, I rinsed out the water and it's still here. I also gave one of this duster a wash yesterday, but golly, it's taking forever to dry. I'm not sure that was my best ever idea. But I also washed this one, and this one has come up well. I also harvested some things in my vegetable garden. Anyway, I've got an old cleaning cloth. I might get some. So I might get just rinse the cleaning cloth out. It's wet. I used this yesterday to clean the floor, so I'm going to use it again because then it can go in the wash. I'm just going to go and squirt this floor, just because it looks so mucky. But I don't really want to get. I don't really want to get the mop out. But I think I do need to vacuum actually. Looking at this floor, I'm just going to squirt some of this stuff on it and give it a bit of a clean. I like this stuff. It's the Method All Floor Cleaner, squirt and mop. So I suppose I could have mopped actually. Just going to give it a quick going over with a cloth. Mopping would have been easier actually on my knees and my back. It just makes it smell so much nicer as well, this stuff. It's lovely. Lovely scent. Actually, yeah, a mop would have been easier. Right. Yeah. Maybe I should get the mop out. Sorry. You can see my brain's not fully working this morning. I can't make a decision on a mop. Now I'm just going to do it with the cloth. I'm not going to do the whole floor. I'm just going to do the bits that are getting really mucky. And then I'm going to let that dry. And later on I may run the vacuum round. Right, that's enough for now. It is only, oh my goodness. My husband's cleaned out the fire, but there's just ash everywhere. Right, let's put that away. Just going to wipe down the top of the washing machine, which is covered in powder, and leave that there. That needs to go in my next load of laundry, actually. I'll put it in a little bucket. so it's not messing at the top of the washing machine. Right, okay, I'm probably going to need to do some more floor cleaning actually today in the entrance hall. This was a little purchase, little impulse purchase. My husband's. It's a little fish tank, a little mini fish tank. I've wanted a little fish tank for ages, and we just saw this in a charity shop, and so he's bought it for me. So we're hopefully going to be setting that up soon. I just had a hankering. We used to always have goldfish. I'm just going to have a slurp of my coffee, and I've just had a hankering to have goldfish again. Right. Oh, is this the recipe card? Yeah, this is the recipe card from the chowder that we had last night. It's absolutely delicious. But we've used that now, so that can go in the recycling. Is there anything else that can go in the recycling? I think... no, we haven't cooked those yet, so... Right, anyway, stop getting distracted, Kate, and keep drying dishes. Seems to be a lot more dishes in here than I remember. I think what's happening is my husband keeps putting things in here. He's an antique china dealer, and so any china that he thinks is not good enough to sell, he has a habit of popping in my cupboards. But it means we end up with so much china. Sort of, it's not, may have a little chip in it or a little crack in it or something, because he just finds it really hard to just get rid of it or throw it away, or I don't know why he doesn't just donate it. But anyway, it seems to end up in my cupboards, but that's definitely been multiplying that china in there. It's twice as much as there was a couple of days ago. I find I like using old plates that have got a crack or a chip in them as the plant pots. Alright, let's get this bit of just dry the dishes. Oh, I haven't reset the timer. Oh my goodness, now I've lost the plot. Let's reset the timer. So then I'm only going to spend 5 more minutes in this room, and then I'm going to take a break and I'm going to sit down. So this is just a 5-minute sort of reset on my kitchen. I might, if I have time, tackle a couple of hot spots, because I've always got hot spots. Because there's always things that need putting away. This is a tomato we grew, but we do need to eat it because it's definitely ready for eating. So I need to find a way of sort of building that into our what we eat today. It'd be a shame to waste it. Maybe make a tomato salad or something to have with our dinner. Golly, I wish I was motoring a bit faster this morning. I don't like going this slow. You might wonder what this is doing here, which I keep walking past. There's also a drill bit. That's not mine. But this is mine. This is to go... Oh, I think I might put this on one of our doors. I found it when I was clearing out a cupboard the other day, and I bought it to put on the door. But then I'm not sure. My husband's not sure if we actually need it. So I've just got to see if I've got anywhere for it. Otherwise, it needs to go. Right, next thing is put the knives away. Well, I'm really looking forward to being in zone 2 next week, because my zone 2 always needs doing. There's always a million things to do in here. I definitely need to declutter this. There's too much on here. The sort of screws and drill bits and oh my goodness. I also need to deal with these little tins, these little antique tins. I picked these up during the week in a charity shop, but now I need to find a home for them. That's the trouble, isn't it? When you impulse buy something without, I haven't actually. I think I may replace one of my existing tea caddies with this red one, which is beautiful. But I just couldn't resist them. They're just so beautiful. Look at that one, incredible. And this one's really old. Oh my goodness. I've already repurposed, there was a 4th one, but I've already repurposed that as a dog treat container. Right, okay. Now I'm just going to clean the sink, I think. Because did I do that last night? It doesn't look bad, so maybe I did. I can't remember. Sometimes the days blur. So because I do this every day. Sometimes I can't remember if I've done it or not. But I know we didn't complete. We did some of the evening routine last night, but we were both really tired, so I don't think we did a particularly good job of it. And then we had some pudding before we went. We had pudding before we went to bed, and then we didn't wash up the dishes from the pudding. But we did the main evening routine. We washed up, and my husband he washed up as he went along, so reduced the amount we had to do while he was cooking, which is always wonderful. Right, I'm going to actually bleach this sink, I think, because it's looking very stained. I need to wash this out. Just get the soap off it, I think, first. And give it a shake out. It's a bit full of bits. This is my little sink strainer. It does save my sink getting blocked up. Right, that's done. Let's just rinse it out there. It doesn't all come out in the bin, unfortunately. Some of it does end up down the sink. Quite difficult to clean out. I did see a plastic one of these in Tesco's, and so I think it's becoming a thing because I hadn't seen them until recently. And I bought this one the metal one in TK Maxx. Right, looking at this sink, it's very yellow. I'm going to give it a squirt of bleach. I normally only do this when we're in zone 2, but it's ready for it. I try to not use too much bleach. I would definitely say this is ready for a bleach. Because we're on a clargester, sort of a sewage treatment method. And bleach kills the bacteria that process the sewage, so we have to not use too much. Right, that's done. I do need to tackle this hotspot. I'll start with this. I'm going to switch some lights off, and I think I'm going to go through to the other room. I'll leave the twinkly lights on. I don't think it's light outside yet. So let's cut a few lights down. I probably need to come back in here for my water, actually. So I'll just take the watering can and my coffee through. And try not to trip over the shoes. This is what I'll just show you. This is what I've been tackling. So I started to tackle this yesterday, which was overwhelmed by my shoes. It's still a bit overwhelmed by my shoes. I think I've made it worse, actually. And I've got another shoe cupboard that I also started to tackle. So I'm just taking my watering can back to where it belongs. I watered all the houseplants yesterday. And I need to deal with this laundry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My husband very kindly dealt with the laundry for me yesterday because I was out. But he didn't finish it. Right. So here's my colour catchers that were in my laundry. These are the ones that were in the whites. They both come out pink. And the ones that was in the dark load has come out sort of grey. So I can actually use those as kindling later for getting the fire going. Because they're just sort of made of sort of almost paper. So pop them in my kindling basket. Right, okay. I think I'm going to have a rest now, actually. I'm just going to drink my coffee, and then I'm going to come and deal with this laundry and tidy up this really rather messy laundry room. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Bye for now.